So I've already applied my foundation. Next I'm going to move on to concealer. I'm going to be using Candlelight in our shadowsense, and this one does have a peach undertone, so it is great at concealing dark colors, especially ones that are going to be underneath your eyes. I just like to take a little bit and apply it directly using the applicator. And you can go ahead and use your fingers if you would like, or you can use a brush. Today I'm just going to use a little flat brush, and I'm just going to pat it on. And because all of these are waterproof and crease proof, this is especially great for underneath your eyes because you don't want to have any of those creases. So I like to pat it on instead of wiping it back and forth so it's not smearing on. I really want to get it in there. Next, I'm just going to bring a little bit of warmth to my face. I'm going to be using Mocha Java as a bronzer, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that directly to this areas that I really want to bring a little bit of warmth to. Sorry. A little bit of this goes a long way. For this one, I'm going to use a fluffy angled brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm going to contour my face, and I'm going to be using Garnet, and this is going to be a darker brown. I'm going to be using just a little bit because, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to use that same brush, and I'm just going to carve out my cheekbone just a little bit. I'm going to do one side at a time. And really define that and get that a little bit darker. And once I have that a little bit buffed out, I like to do it, bring it up, and bring it down, kind of like in a 3. So here we go, like this. I'm just gonna do the other side. Next, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. I'm just going to use a little tiny bit, and I'm going to use a pencil brush just so I have a little bit more control over this. And now I'm going to go ahead and use this.
Mommy?
Shh.
What?
I'm also going to go ahead and bring this underneath my nose. And one little line right here. Oops, a little bit too much. That's going to raise my nose a little bit. Get some of that off. So that's just going to give the illusion that the tip of my nose is a little bit raised. Now I'm going to move on to blush, and I'm going to be using the shade Mulberry. It's a very light pink, and I'm going to just directly apply little dots and use a blush brush and blend that in. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I like to brush them first. just so they're easier to tame. And I'm going to be using two colors. I'm going to be using Mocha Java and Onyx mixed because I do have darker colored brows and I don't want them to be black. So a little bit of Onyx mixed in it makes it the perfect color for me. So I go ahead and mix it on a little palette. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like. And I'm just going to mix that with a brush. So I'm going to start with an angled brush and get a little bit of product on there. And I'm going to do the line underneath the bottom first. Now when I get to the front of the eyebrows, I like to use whatever is left over on the brush because I don't want them to be too dark. So just kind of blend this part out and bring it up. Now one good tip for you if you do not like squared off or really blunt lines for your eyebrows, which I do not like for myself, I just take the tip of my foundation brush with a little bit of leftover product on it and just lightly dab those, and that's going to give it a softer look. Now to really define your brows, you can take Candlelight again, and I use another angled brush for this. And this is really great too if you made a mistake. You can use this and just go ahead and line underneath your brow. This isn't something that I do every day, but if you really like your brows to be defined, this is what I do. I'm just going to blend that in. Now I also like to prime my eyelids using candlelight. I do apply it directly with the applicator, and then I blend it in with a flat brush. Mostly I kind of just pat it in. In order to get it to, or to make sure that it's not gonna crease in your eyes, you want it to dry. So dry so that there's no crease there. So I kind of like pat this in a little bit with my eye closed.
Mommy! Mommy!
Yes?
I'm done with my dad. He's still on time now. Only I was saying I'm going to be too. Then he's still on time.
Now I'm going to move on to my eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Mocha Java again. I'm going to be using this as my transition color right in my crease. I just like to take the applicator and dip the end of my brush into this and apply that right into my crease. Now I do have hooded eyelids, and to give the illusion that this eyelid is not so droopy, I like to go ahead and apply a darker color here and just blend it out mostly right here on the outer crease, the outer corner, and really blend it in. And I like to bring it up kind of high, not to the brow bone, but a little bit high, because if my eyes are open, I wouldn't be able to see it if I only put it here. So you will see the difference when I show you right now. So I'm going to be using Garnet. It's just a little bit darker brown. I used it earlier in this video. And I'm a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm kind of patting it on now. And then blending it up. So you can see already, even just with that little bit of a brown, darker brown, that this side doesn't look as heavy as this side, because this just has the lighter color on it. So it does look a little bit pushed back. So I'm just gonna do a little bit on the other side. This is just like my everyday look, so I'm not really gonna be doing it too dark. I'm not going to be doing dark or black eyeliner underneath my eyes, so I'm just going to take that garnet color again with the pencil side of, pencil brush side of this, and just go ahead and put it right underneath. Now I'm just going to move on to the highlight. I'm going to be using Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. And this has just a soft shimmer, so it's not too much. It's going to give you a nice glow. And I'm just going to put this directly above my cheekbones. My Cupid's bow. And I like to do it on the corners of my eyes. And you can do that with a brush, or you can just blend it in with a finger. So you can see it does have a soft glow to it. It's not too intense. You can apply more of this if you would like to, if you do like a more intense look, but for today's video I am just doing a more natural look. Now I'm going to be doing eyeliner. I'm going to be using Onyx for this. I'm going to use a angled brush. Just get a little bit of product on there. And I'm not going to be doing a heavy, thick liner. Like I said earlier, I do have hooded eyes, and if I did a really thick liner, it's going to hide my lid. You're not going to be able to see it, and it's going to close my eyes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. I'm also going to apply this as mascara, and I'm just going to be using this same brush and kind of just rubbing it onto my lashes. So to keep with the purpose of this video of all the uses of shadowsense, I just went ahead and applied one eyelash. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I've already applied my glue. I'm using tweezers to apply them. And sorry, my mirror's up here, so if I get a little bit too close, just let it dry just a little bit. You want the glue to be tacky and not wet. So I go ahead and apply it right directly to the middle, as close as you can to your lash line. And then I do the bottom and really push it in. And then I do the top. Now, one of the really cool things you can do with shadowsense is you can wear them on your lips. If you sandwich them in between Icicle, which is our clear color, or a very sheer light color, you can get the same longevity and smudge proof wear as you do as our lips. So you want to start with clean, dry lips. Make sure they're really dry. And because Icicle is clear, it's okay to go back and forth because it's not going to pick up any of the color. So go ahead and get it all on there and make sure to get your waterline. And let that dry. I think I'm going to use Garnet, and I'm just going to use the applicator directly. So I just sealed this with glossy, and now I'm gonna kiss my hand and see if anything comes off. The gloss came off, and it looks like a couple of speckles did come off. But that could be because maybe I didn't put the icicle on in that area. I did not want to do the icicle and go back and forth because I didn't want to pick up any of the brown color. So that might be the reason why, but like I say in all the videos that I do for you guys, I want to be true and honest and show you real reviews. So this is what I've gotten. Let's see if it's smudged off. Nope. That's pretty good. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned all of the cool things that you can do with shadowsense. It's very versatile and it's not just for your eyes. I was able to use it as concealer, bronzing, contouring, highlighting, blush, eyebrows, eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, and on my lips. So that's 10 things that I used for it today, which is really awesome. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment below or send me a message and I'm happy to answer them for you. Thank you for watching. Bye.